Actually, my lip is caught on my braces. Hold on. My body just made a really weird noise. Okay. Hey everyone, it's Autumn. Today I wanted to do a video where I talk about my recent beauty pie purchases, and I just kind of go over those with you and kind of review some of the products. So some of these I've had for a couple of months, and then some of them I just recently got in the mail, and I'll just kind of go over those with you and talk about what I think of the products so far and what I think is worth it, and also compare these products to some other products on the market. So if you're not familiar with Beauty Pie, I have done several videos about them in the past, and I will have those linked below, and I'll also stick some up here in the eye above throughout this video if they pertain to anything that I am talking about. But Beauty Pie is a company similar to, I would say, like a Costco or a Sam's Club, if you will, for beauty products. And the whole idea is that you pay a monthly membership, and that gives you an allowance to purchase. So if you pay $10 a month, that gives you a $100 allowance to where you can buy $100 worth of products. So you still have to spend your own money, but it's like you get to buy the MSRP. So say if I were to buy like say this brow pencil, and they say it's worth $28, but they're only charging me $5, I then use up $28 of my allowance, but they charged me $5 for it, if that makes sense. So the math is a little bit tricky with it. I explain it further in my other videos, so just go ahead and check that out if you want more explanation. But you do end up saving some money, and this company, they use the same labs as higher end products use. And a lot of these products, in my opinion, are the same as higher end. But then also I would find that a lot of these products are the same as drugstore, so you kind of have to pick and choose what you're getting to see if you really are getting that type of value. Because as many of you know, drugstore prices are coming up because the quality is coming up as well. So anyway, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead, hop into it, and tell you what I got and tell you what I think is worth it. Also, I have done a video with everything that I purchased in the past as far as makeup is concerned, telling you what I think is worth it there, and you can go ahead and check that out as well. All right, so the first thing I want to show you, actually I have the box for it, but the product is already in my bathroom in use, and it is a repurchase, and this is their double phase cleanser. This cleanser is actually really great. It's a nice, creamy, gentle cleanser that helps to remove makeup. You can use a cleansing towel. I like to use the Beauty Pie towels. I'll have pictures and descriptions and things on the screen as I talk about things. But I'd like to use the Beauty Pie washcloths. A lot of their cleansers come with like a little muslin cloth as well that you can get with them. I don't remember if this one comes with it or not, but I like to use their washcloths, get it nice and warm, and just kind of rub everything off my face. I don't usually use a physical exfoliant. I feel like a nice washcloth is enough. I do use chemical exfoliants as well. But I think that this is a really nice, gentle cleanser. It does help remove my makeup as well. And it says that it has passion flower, baobab, and meadow foam seed oils in it. And it just really helps to break down makeup. And it's gentle on the eyes. I can really rub it in around the eyes, and it doesn't make my eyes sting. So I do highly suggest this. I've gone through a couple of these. Actually, I like all of their cleansers. I don't find any of them to be drying. They don't really have any gel cleansers. Almost all of their cleansers are in oil, or I would say most of them, they're like oil or cream form, and I think all of them are very gentle, so I do enjoy all of their cleansers, in case you're wondering. Maybe I will do a cleanser video comparing all of the cleansers of theirs, because I think I have them all. The next thing is another repurchase, and this is the Beauty Pie Super Healthy Skin. It comes in like a little tub. What I have noticed from this, and I don't know if my camera is going to pick it up, when this dries, it has like a little opalescent hue to it. And I looked in the ingredients. There was nothing really that stuck out to me that would give it that opalescent hue. And on the skin, it doesn't really look like you've got an opalescent hue or a highlighter on the skin, but maybe just the way it dries down, that's what makes it look like super healthy skin without being overtly noticeable. But I don't know if my camera's gonna pick it up, but I don't know if you can see it dried on the lid or if there's enough on it. Let me see if I can go on this around the edges. I don't know that you're going to be able to see it. Like in natural lighting, because I have my ring light here, I don't know if you can see it. It's just like a pinky opalescent hue when it dries down. It's not super noticeable. It's just a very little. And at first I'm like, am I seeing something? Yeah, I see it right here on the edge. I may just take a photo and insert it if I can get like a good photo of it. Because I don't think you're gonna be able to get it with this lighting in here. So I think I'll just try to take a photo and insert it here. I don't think it really does much to the moisturizer, but this is just a good everyday moisturizer. It's not super moisturizing. I think this is good for any skin type. But this goes really well under makeup. It says that it's visibly lifting, firming, plumping with plant bioactives and hyaluronic acid. It says nothing about brightening, but I really do think that it's somewhat brightening since it does have something in it to kind of give it that glow once it dries down, but they don't mention that, which is kind of odd to me. Here's another cleanser. This is the Super Healthy Skin Deep Purifying Cleanser. This has pore clearing white clay. So this is one that I like to use as a cleanser slash mask, which it says you can do if my skin is starting to act like it wants to break out a little bit near lady time. So this one, it comes out as a white clay, like it says. Can I get a little bit of it to squeeze out here? Yeah, there you go. It just comes out like this, like a white clay. And I just kind of leave it on. It almost reminds me of Noxzema, but without like that super heavy mentholated smell. Yeah, it doesn't have that to it. But I just kind of leave it on those areas for a couple of minutes, and then I go back in and I wash, and it just really helps absorb excess oils, which again, oils aren't necessarily acne causing, but I feel like it just really helps to decongest my skin. And here's what the container looks like. I like to use this on my daughter as well. She breaks out around her nose and her forehead. She's kind of gotten to that age where she's a little bit hormonal, and this works pretty well for her. Also, I have no business doing close-ups. I haven't painted my nails in like a week and a half, 2 weeks, and they're looking really gross, so I'm sorry. Okay, the next thing is another moisturizer. This is new to their line, so I wanted to try it out, but this is the Pure Oxygen Radiant Glow Moisture Infusion, which is funny to me that the other one doesn't mention Radiant Glow, but this one does. So I wonder if it's going to have anything in it that's going to dry down to kind of give a glow. It is slightly scented. A lot of Beauty Pie products do have a slight scent to them. So if that's something that you're trying to stay away from, maybe Beauty Pie isn't for you, but I do have sensitive skin and their products are perfectly fine on me. They're not heavily scented, but they do have a scent to them. And I'm going to butcher this, but it says Radiant Glow Moisture Infusion with Phyto Oxygen and Balasia Davidi leaf extract. I have no idea. I'm just gonna let you see that. So yeah, so this is new to their line, and it says it helps purify and re-energize skin for an instantly more radiant glow. Did pick up two more serums. They're both repurchases. The first one is the Uber Youth Re-Elastic Concentrate Serum. I actually really enjoyed this one, so I wanted to pick it up. I enjoy using this one on my neck. I'm getting to that age, and also doing this all the time, like looking down at my phone, I'm getting the lines. So I usually use this one on my neck. but it says firming, lifting, and smoothing with plant elastopeptides and hyaluronic acid. This is great on the face as well, but I just like to use it on the neck. I use it on my face, but you know, the reason I get it is for the neck specifically. And then the Jeju Daily Super Stem Cell Moisture Shot Serum. So I love the whole Jeju, however you say it, line. Super, super moisturizing. So I wanted to go ahead and get the serum. And then they came out with the Plantastic Overnight Miracle Face Oil. So I really enjoyed the Plantastic drops that they have. It's a very gentle drop that they have that helps with acne, which I believe is salicylic acid drops, but they're super gentle. But this is their overnight face oil. It has turmeric and squalane in it. So among other things, I'll show you the box here. But I really enjoy squalane, and turmeric is really good for inflammation. So I thought I would give these a try. So I think the whole Plantastic line might be more suited for people with acne. I mean, I'm not sure, but since this has turmeric for inflammation, I mean, that might be a good thing to use. So I'm going to try these out and see what I think. But I love a good oil. And then also, before we get into the makeup, I wanted to talk about a couple of scented items I got. I picked up another candle. Their candles are really, really good. This one is in French and I can't understand it. It is I don't know this. But what it has in it is mint oil, eucalyptus, and lemon, and then tea, basil, green leaves, ginger. This has been sitting on my desk and I can smell it through the box. And I really keep getting a whiff of that basil. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. I'm loving this. So their candles are really, really high quality, and I highly recommend the candles. I mean, they're really pricey even for at cost candles. I think I paid around $20 for this, but it says it has a 60-hour burn time, so we'll see about that. But it smells really good and I haven't even burnt it yet and I can still smell it through the box. And then the other scented thing I got is their Orange Absolute Eau de Toilette, which is a fragrance. And I have all of their eau de parfums. Actually, my lip is caught on my bracelets. Hold on. Okay. I have all of their eau de parfums. But this particular scent is made to match their body scrub and their body lotion, and it's just a fresh orange scent. I'll put the notes if I can here on the screen, but I wanted to go ahead and try it out. Their other perfumes, I will do a full review video on all their perfumes, but what I will say is their other perfumes to me are hit or miss, and they are mostly made by Frank Vocal, who made Santal 33, and which is by Le Labo. So I was assuming that I would like them, but I'm having issue with them. So this to me is really, really fresh. It's definitely a freshie, but I can definitely see how this could be pleasing to most people. It's just a straight up fresh orange, and it may have some neroli in it, I think. I think I'm getting a hint of neroli. I haven't really read the notes online, so I'll have them here on the screen. And then the last thing I got was a refill of the Flexiglass UV top coat, which is their nail polish top coat. Which is actually the best top coat I have ever used. I don't like their brush. You can kind of see it floating in here. Like, that does not look like a great brush, but the liquid inside is actually pretty great. So let's go ahead and start going through the makeup. I was gonna start with lashes for whatever reason, probably because I had this here, and so I was going through my orders, looking at everything I got, and I had ordered a mascara that I wanted to take a look at. I haven't used the mascara, obviously, because about what I'm getting ready to tell you, but then I realized I didn't get the mascara. Well, I ordered it, I just double checked my order. They didn't send it to me, so that's really disappointing. All right, so I did want to pop this in really quick. I did contact Beauty Pie and I let them know that I did not receive the mascara in my order, and they shipped it out really quickly. I got it within a couple of days. I do have it here on my lashes right now, and as I talk, you'll probably see it here on the screen. I wanted to point out that the mascara formula seems to be a little bit different than their other formula that I have in their other mascaras. This formula seems to dry a little bit differently on the lashes, and as the day progresses, I noticed that it seems to dry and flake a little bit, and it doesn't wear as well throughout the day. I also noticed that as I'm putting it on, it dries really quickly on the lashes, so I actually have to hurry if I want to do 2 coats, or it kind of wants to clump. And it's usually 2 coats max with this mascara before it wants to clump and get spidery on my lashes. A lot of the times I have to go in with a comb or a tool to kind of brush through my lashes just to make sure that it doesn't look spidery. I think overall it looks nice on my lashes right now, but it isn't my favorite mascara. This mascara that I have right here from Beauty Pie, which is their Uber Volume Boost Mascara, the formula seems a little bit different. I wouldn't say that when I initially take it out, it seems like a wetter formula or anything. It almost just seems more creamy. When I take this one out, it actually seems a little bit wetter. I don't know if it's just because it's a newer mascara, but I don't know what the difference is, but this one just doesn't wear as well on my lashes. I'm going to continue to try it out and see how it does, but I really like the formula of this mascara a little bit better, which is the Uber Volume Boost. I feel like I can build it up and put multiple coats on my lashes without it clumping up and looking terrible. And I don't know if that is because of the brush or the formula. I have no idea, because this brush has those large gaps in it, and maybe it just puts too much at once. I really have no way of knowing that. I also wanted to point out that they did put the new mascara in their new packaging, that it looks like they're switching over to more luxe packaging, and it's in metal packaging, but then I look at the amount of mascara you get in it, and the original amount of mascara that you get in this one is 0.30 fluid ounces, and this one is 0.29, which you actually get a little bit less, even though the packaging is larger and more substantial. But I'll go ahead and show you everything else that I got and talk about everything. That just kind of goes to show you that, so I ordered so much stuff over the last couple months from them, and then I just kind of set it aside to talk about videos and some of the stuff I've been trying out, but I already had mascaras opened, so I didn't bother like messing with the mascara, and it didn't even come to mind, I guess, to like even make sure that I had it. So anyway, I did order lashes from them. So I'm not somebody who wears a lot of lashes, but these on the website, they looked a little bit better. Then I get the box, and so it comes with like a little thing of glue here, and then you open this, and then you have your lashes, and they look pretty. The band looks pretty thick though. And again, I'm not one to wear a lot of eyeliner, and I don't know why I'm saying again in this video. The video where I filmed this current makeup look that I have on, I talk about how I don't like to wear a lot of eyeliner, but I would have to wear quite a bit of eyeliner, at least for the bottom 3 pair. So the top 2 pair do not have a thick lash band, but the bottom 3 pair do, if you can kind of see that. And I think I would have to cut these down a little bit too. But I thought those would be like fun and festive to try, maybe do a look or 2 with some lashes. Again, I'm not one to wear a ton. Usually if I do wear lashes, it's the ones by Kiss that have like the little groupings of 3, like the individuals, and I just kind of place them where I want them or need them. The next thing is I purchased this, which is their Super Brow Angled Shaping Pencil. So as you can see, I enjoyed it because I purchased it in all 3 of my Beauty Pie orders over the last couple of months, because I got it in the first order and I noticed I was going through it pretty quickly. And at first I thought I wasn't gonna like it because it is a little extra pigmented. So normally when you get like these larger angled ones, they're not as soft and you kind of have to work a little bit harder to get the product out, and you slowly shape your brow. This just like draws right on. It's a very soft crayon, but it seems to work fine for me. The color is really good. I have the shade Perfect Brown. And then the spoolie is actually a thicker, nicer spoolie, not super thin. So I enjoy it. They did change the packaging though, sticking with brow products. I believe this is one. They changed the packaging over to a metal packaging as opposed to their previous, which was a plastic packaging. So I went ahead and purchased that so I could show you. So this is the new packaging, which is supposed to be, I guess, more luxe. It comes out a little bit thicker, a little bit longer, not by much. It feels a little bit weightier. I think they're just trying to make the packaging seem more luxe as opposed to plastic. The only thing that bothers me about that is I don't see how that helps keep the cost down, if that makes sense with Beauty Pie, because at the end of the day, I am buying this to put on my brows. Like, yes, this feels a little bit more luxe, but how does that keep the cost down with the plastic ones? So I guess I would have to compare the prices, you know, for what I'm paying for it. Also, they're both still made in Korea and all that good stuff. My body just made a really weird noise. Okay.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because...
So they're both still made in Korea. I don't think you get any more or less product than you did before. I think that they just changed the packaging itself to make it feel nicer, which is super nice. And I see by doing that, it also matches up to the metal packaging of the larger brow product, which also makes sense to me, but it just doesn't make sense in the eyes of trying to keep costs as low as possible, but giving you a nice product, if that makes sense. So I really enjoy the brow products, but from the consumer standpoint of wanting a nice product but keeping the price low, that kind of bothers me. But also consistency across the brand, I see that as a thing too, so I see both sides. So then I guess going into the whole consistency across the brand, these are metal as well, these Beauty Pie eye crayons. I love these. And then again, the original ones were plastic. I got both of these recently. This is one of the original colors, and this is in Black Matter. I decided to just go ahead and get it just because it's a shade that I didn't have, and I figured I would go ahead and get it. I could build a smoky eye with it. So I'll go ahead and swatch it. And it's just a nice creamy black shade, and it does have a little bit of sparkle or a sheen to it. It's not 100% matte, as you can see. It like has a little bit of sheen to it. But then you go to the newer form, which they came out with this shade in the fall, and it's the shade Lilas. To me, that seems more of like a spring shade, but it's beautiful. I've used it. There you go. That is a beautiful, like, you could do a beautiful graphic statement look in the spring with the shade. But again, the packaging on these, not the same across the board. I don't know if eventually all of them are going to be in this packaging, but again, I ordered these around the same time, and metal. And again, this is an older shade, this is a new shade. All of the new shades though come and they look like this, which, you know, whatever. So then I guess still talking about metal packaging, I ordered some lipsticks, And I got 2 new lipsticks, and these are the Future Lipstick Mattes. I got the shade Baby Beige, and then this one is the shade Semi-Sweet Matte Metal. So just to show you some of the older tubes, this is in Cowboy Nude, and this is a matte lipstick as well, plastic. And then as you can see, the mattes are in this metal packaging. So you can kind of see that they're upgrading their packaging. But again, I don't know how that keeps costs down for the consumer. But again, I keep saying but again. I keep trying to play devil's advocate against myself, but I also see as that if they're trying to market themselves as a luxury brand at lower prices, you kind of have to have the luxury packaging as well. So I see it. So, you know, whatever. But here is Baby Beige, and it's right there. This one is in Semi-Sweet, which is also matte, and it's a little bit more peachy. There you go. And just to kind of compare like how they click open and closed, this one clicked as well, just plastic, and then these do feel like a nicer tube. I want to jump to another product that they came out with, which is their Wonder Gloss Collagen Lip Oil Plus. So when I did my big review of all of the makeup products, I had mentioned that I really love their lip oils. However, when they came out with the collagen lip oil, they had a shade in this lip oil plus, and they only had 1 shade at the time in this, which was called Shimmerine, which I didn't like because it gave a white sheen to my lips and had a little bit of shimmer, and it was not for me. So they came out with more shades in this, and they came out with the shade Nude Nectar, which is my favorite shade in the regular, which do I have it handy here? Okay, so my camera overheated again, no big deal. But anyway, like I was mentioning before, they came out with multiple colors of the Wonder Gloss Collagen Lip Oil. They only have 1 color of the regular lip oil, which is in Nude Nectar, which is my favorite. I just prefer the texture of this, but if you're looking for multiple colors, you can find them in this. It's a sheer formula though, so I don't think it really matters, but this is still my go-to. But if you were wondering, the coloring between the two is quite different. This one leans a little bit brown. I really hope that they don't get rid of the original, but I'm fearing that they will, just because there's 1 color of this and multiple colors of this. So anyway, moving on. Another thing that I'm afraid that they're gonna get rid of, I'm hoping that they're not getting rid of it, that they're maybe just gonna repackage it, is this. And I picked this up. It's the Triple Beauty Liquid Luminizer. They had a sign on the thing that said last call. So it's in the shade Golden Whirl. I believe I already have one open around here somewhere. Yeah, right here. This looks like just healthy skin. So here's mine that's already open. I actually have another backup of it, which is bad, but I was afraid they were gonna discontinue it. So it is like, it doesn't look like much until it's warmed up on the skin. And I talked about it in my reviewing all Beauty Pie products. But my fear is that they, for the next product that I'm going to show you, is that they're using that to replace it, and it's not as good. And I'm hoping that's not the case, but can you see that? Yeah, there we go. Oh my gosh, it looks like healthy skin. I really hope that they're just repackaging it. So if they were going to repackage it, I think that they would probably just put it in these little containers that match the new blushes that I'm going to talk about here in a minute. If they repackage it, hopefully that's the case, because this is like their best product. I can't imagine them wanting to get rid of this thing. I would be devastated. That's how much I love it. But yes, I did go ahead and purchase another backup of this just in case. It was on last call on their website. So anyway, I guess the product that I think hopefully that they're not trying to replace it with is this, which is their Triple Beauty Luminizing Wand. So this might look kind of familiar to you. They have their contour wands, which are an exact dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury contour wands. Again, I'll have stuff on the screen so you have a better idea of what I'm talking about. But these are those. And then they came out with this, which is their highlighting version of it. So the color is not the same. As you can see, this is way more in your face than the other one. It's got kind of more of a champagne rose gold. I mean, it's similar, again, if I'm back here, but see how way more metallic this is than the other, where the other just looks like healthy skin, and then this is just like in your face. So I'm hoping that's not the replacement. Also, this blends better. The one in the pot blends a lot better. This, if I put it on my skin, I've noticed that I have to blend right away, or it kind of wants to stay there and it doesn't want to blend very easily. So I have to be very careful with it. I've only used it like once or twice, so I need to play around with it a little bit more, but it doesn't blend and look as natural as the one in the pot does, which is a little bit disappointing to me. All right, so let's talk about the blushes. First, they came out with their cream blush product, and I'm kind of a cream blush connoisseur. I love cream blushes. The thing is, I haven't been wearing a ton of cream blushes because I've been wearing masks to work every single day. And as you know, if you wear cream blushes and then you have a mask over it, they come right up. So it's been powder blushes for me. And I've been using, so that my makeup stays in place but still looks fresh and not powdery, I've actually been using the Beauty Pie One Powder Wonder, which I will show you. I have been using this to keep my makeup in place with a mask on, and so my face doesn't look powdery at all, and then the mask just kind of glides right over it, doesn't pull my makeup up. So if you are an everyday mask wearer and you don't want your face to look powdery, this is the way to go. If you guys want, I will do a makeup tutorial for people who have to wear masks every day, all day. If that's something that you're interested in. I feel like we're so far into it now, though, I'm not sure that that's something that people even want. They came out with these cream blushes. And so at first, I was like, ooh, this is kind of like a bad time to come out with it. But then I looked at the formula and the description online that said it was more of like a cream to powder sort of formulation. And it's, I was like looking at the ingredients and I was like, huh, there's nothing really out there like that right now. And then a little time went by and I now want to do a little research because I think there is something out there like this right now. And the texture reminds me a lot of it. I'm just gonna go ahead and get into it. Do you know the e.l.f. Putty Primer? This texture is a lot like that, and e.l.f. just came out with their putty blushes. And so I'm thinking that this is kind of the whole idea behind it. I don't know if they're made in the same lab. I don't know if the ingredients are the same. If you have an interest in that, I will buy those blushes and compare. e.l.f. does have way more shades though. They have 4 shades here and I'll show them to you. So these are the 4 shades. I kind of hold them here. So here are the 4 shades in case you're curious. On the website though, I saw that only 3 of them were available. And I did email them to ask about that, and they said that the 4th shade would be coming back. But with everything going on right now, they must just be having issues getting that 4th shade in. But my favorite shade to wear to like kind of brighten up my complexion has been, I have 2, French Raspberry for that kind of winter, just kind of bitten out in the cold look. and that is this one right here, blended out on the cheek. And then the other one has been Fresh Faced, which is this bright peachy one, and that is right here. And I don't know if it's picking up on camera the way I think it should, but in person it is super bright peach. So those are my two favorites. The other two are like middle. There's Universal Pink and Bare Blush. One is a little bit more mauve, and then the other one's just like your everyday pink. The way that they had said on the website to wear these were to blend it out with your finger. That is not the way that I like to wear them. I found that if I went to blend out with my finger, depending on what I had underneath and what foundation, they looked a little bit blotchy and streaky or muddy that way. The best way I found to wear them is actually a brush, any brush like this. This is a Japanesque brush, just a natural fiber, to kind of dip it in that and kind of go in like you would a natural blush brush. And that gave me the most natural effect on my cheeks. So that's just the way I've been applying them. But you kind of have to experiment, because at first when I first got them, I hated them. I didn't think they looked natural or fresh on my face at all. They looked blotchy. But they do kind of have to warm up a little bit. But to me, they do have, if I can find that e.l.f. So here's that e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. And it is that same texture. So I'm assuming that those e.l.f. blushes are very similar, which this is modeled after that Tatcha primer. So I'm assuming that the e.l.f. ones are going to be very similar. So if you want me to buy them and do a comparison video, if you are somebody who buys from Beauty Pie and you're wanting to see if these are worth it, I definitely could. These are not expensive through Beauty Pie, but again, if you can get them through e.l.f. for, I think they're around $6 each, that might be more affordable for you anyway. Plus there is a larger color variety. So then shortly after that, they came out with a few other new blush shades and a new formula. And then these are their Super Cheek Powder Blushes. So this one right here is in the shade Fever Peach. And it has a little bit of like a gold shimmer running through it. Not a glitter. It's very subtle. If you can kind of see. It's very pretty. And then this one right here is Plumminess, which is a deeper plum shade, which again has a slight shimmer running through it. And then the last one is Super Juju, which is a medium sort of pink shade, again with a little bit of sparkle running through it. So the formula that these remind me of, there we go. So the formula that these remind me of are actually of the blushes that I used on my face today. If you're curious about this look, I will have it linked up above or down below. If you're curious about the look, I used this NARS palette. And this is the Exposed Cheek palette. And this formula, there is no kick up whatsoever. It's very similar to the powder that I said that I use on my face, the One Powder Wonder, where there's like no, it's like a nice glide. There's like no powdery kick up. It's just a nice smooth finish. Very similar finish on these blushes. They're super smooth. There's no powdery kick up. I don't know how else to describe it. So these are a lot better than the other blush formula that Beauty Pie had previously. So I highly suggest these. But then the next thing I want to talk about is this One Powder Wonder, which I thought would be a similar formula to this, only with a slight sheen. But this one is their Exquisite Light, and this is in the shade light medium, and it looks like this. And I was thinking that it would kind of be similar to the ambient lighting powders from Hourglass, only as far as in the visual effect it gives, but only in the formula of this, which I really like the way it sets, and it doesn't give a powdery effect on the skin. But it's not. This, if you can see, it picks up quite a bit of product. It's pretty opaque. All right, so fun fact, my camera cut me off again. So what I realized about this, because I don't know how far into it I was, it swatched a little bit differently once I ran my brush over it a couple of times. So I don't know if there was an overspray on it, which it didn't look like there was. I have no idea, but it's not as shiny now as it was when I initially did it. So now it looks like the equivalent of an Hourglass powder, which makes sense. So I thought it would be way too shiny, and then so I went into the whole thing of like trying to highlight with it, which it kind of started out looking like a highlighter and then it wasn't. So it actually is fine as an all over powder now. So I went over my face with it, and then re-highlighted my face where I covered it up initially with my NARS highlighter from right here, and that is pretty much where we're at. So, oh boy. So now I feel like I have like 5 layers of makeup on my face, like way too much makeup. But anyway, that is everything that I got over the last couple of months from Beauty Pie. I did send them an email about the missing mascara. We'll see if they respond. And if they don't, it's not a huge deal. I think I paid like $7 for it, which, I mean, that's $7, but like, you know, we'll see what happens. I don't expect them to ship me a mascara all by itself, so maybe they'll just credit the $7 back to my account. So we'll see. Anyway, I think, yeah, that's everything. If there's anything in particular that you have any questions on, go ahead, leave those questions down below. And then also let me know what video you want to see next from me. Again, like I mentioned in my previous video, I have quite a few ideas, and it'd also be good just to hear from you guys. So I will talk to you all very soon. Bye.